I should have wore waterproof mascara.
All natural.
All natural.
Welcome to the Big Hammock Podcast. We are coming to you via YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, Amazon Music. This week added to the mix, Audible, and last night, official TikTok. And listeners, listen, we do see the analytics behind these. You are not subscribing to these channels. 80% of you that are listening or clicking on our videos are not subscribing. So we're calling you out. We need you to subscribe to the channels. Don't forget to drop your questions in the comment section. We've got an Ask Us Anything episode coming up. And of course, you can get all of our updates on our Facebook page, all platforms at The Big Hammock. And let's not forget about the most important thing, the next premiere at the Twin City Opera House in Morgan County, Ohio. Go to thebighammock.com. That's one word, The Big Hammock. You can get your tickets there. They are selling, so go ahead and purchase them now. And be ready for your, for the other listeners, you can get your DVDs, Blu-rays, digital copies, and obviously more announcements to come for the premiere in a city near you. So our guest today, first-time guest, cast members of the movie. We're excited about this one. We have Renee Webb and Sarah Cannett. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We are excited about this one, I got to tell you.
We can tell.
And I'll tell you, I'm not going to make no bones about it. We have been wanting from the start of this podcast to share this with the world, and we want everybody to know that this movie's for everyone, right? It's not just for a genre of people. We've had different generations on the show, and this for the first time this morning, we have two ladies on the show. So we're getting a lady's perspective, and we are so excited to hear about your thoughts. Be yourselves, hang out with us. We're going to have a fun show today. So thank you, ladies, for coming. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Most welcome.
What were you expecting to see prior to the movie?
To tell you the truth, there was no script given to us. It was, hey, can you do this part? Can you play this part for me? I'm doing a collaboration. It's coming together. So what I need you to do is come in, portray this part, and just be yourself. And so when Malcolm asked me to be the server in the cafe, I was like, oh, no problem. I've done that for 25 years. That'll come natural. So, that's an environment I've been in before. So, yeah, so it was fun. It was, there was no hard work in it. There was no, it was just so easy. And it was exhilarating because if you've never been in front of the camera, you do get a little nervous. But then once you get into what you're supposed to be doing, it just seemed to flow a little bit naturally. You know what I mean?
The cameras weren't there anymore.
Yes, because we're all family and friends, and everybody's come together to do this project. Nobody's really knowing what it's about. And I thought that was more exciting than having that script and knowing exactly what you're going in to see when you go to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I love talking with you here, Renee, because before we started the show, I had a question for you about your scene, and the specific question was, have you been a waitress before? Because
Right.
you came across so naturally like you've been done it before. And I was
Yeah.
wondering, here in Ocala, we've got so many small time diners, breakfast diners at that.
Right.
We've got the Daryl's, we got the Wolfies, we've
Right.
got the
Northgate
Diner.
Right,
Yes.
right.
And those waitresses in those restaurants are just like you were in the movie. And
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, either she is a waitress herself, or she goes to a diner like that religiously,
Right.
and that's her favorite waitress.
Well, I grew up north, so all of ours, we had train cars that were diners, a lot of mom and pop places that I started out with. And I started working in the restaurant industry when I was 14 years old. So behind the counter, and and everybody when you live in a town, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up in a town, so and I raised 4 kids, so I'm on the go all the time. And that's something that you learn as a server is multitasking, but keeping your personality
Yes.
at the same time. And it's easy to have fun when you're a server and you're in there, because what is our goal? Feed people, make them happy, they're comfortable, it's a good environment. And that's what I went in there knowing and wanting for that environment, for that scene.
For me, it's just like taking on a scene is just like being a mom.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to adapt, and you have
Yeah.
to adapt quick.
Yeah.
And so being a server myself, being in the restaurant, but I'm a joker of all trades. Like, I've done everything from pest control, which some of the scenes were filmed at. So, we got a lot of help from our little town, which
Yeah.
is growing up. It was awesome.
Yeah, and I think moms too, the great thing about moms is we are, that expression, jack of all trades. We're Jacquelines of all trades.
Yes.
Because not only was I a server, I'm in the medical field, from dental
Mom.
to eyeglasses. Now I'm in the hearing industry that I've been in. I've worked for the government, Social Security, disability. I mean, car washes.
Yep.
I used to detail cars.
Yep.
There's nothing that
Build houses.
we don't know how to do. We are a jack of all trades.
Absolutely.
And we bring that, everything that we learn, we bring that into whatever environment that
We
we're
have to.
placed in.
We make it
Yeah.
work.
We
adapt.
don't have eyes behind our head. I say I
They're
have eyes
everywhere.
all the way
Everywhere.
around. So I can see and I know what's going on the side here. So you kind of have to pull back and say, okay, you got to keep smiling. You just got to keep smiling no matter what it is.
Or
And you-
swinging, whatever comes first.
And your husband's Charlie, so
Yes.
you obviously knew his part. I'm assuming.
Actually, when we did the cafe scene, I knew, Brian, right?
Yep.
And he impressed me so much.
Yeah.
This is a hunter, a fisherman, avid fisherman, loves to be on his boat. He loves to be in the woods, quiet, by himself, whatever the case.
Sasquatch you.
So when he sat right there and they just flowed out, I was looking at him like, have you done this before? And then I thought to myself, oh, yeah, he used to live out in California on Rodeo Drive and work and be with all the celebrities. I said he picked up a thing or two.
Or 10. Or 10.
Or 10, right? So I was really, really impressed how you didn't have to do take after take with him. It just came so naturally. And it inspired me to believe it or not. When you're with your loved one, with your friend, you're watching them, you're like, hey, never knew you could do this. And I'm like, oh, man, I got to up him.
Yeah, my husband impressed me too.
Yes.
He also drove me insane.
Right.
Watch this. What do you think about this? How do you feel about that?
So-
I'm like, oh my God.
And then I know Charlie came home and he was so, they're going to put me in another scene. I'm going to be in another scene. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to go out there. I'm just going to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
So we got Charlie's wife,
Yeah.
Jake's wife, the writer. From what I'm understanding, it was just show up to this scene. Here's your lines. This
Yep.
is kind of what it is.
Yeah.
No real understanding of
No.
what this movie really is prior to. You knew it was a Bigfoot movie.
I knew it had something to do,
Yeah.
and I was also told you don't know, so you can't assume. And so when I went into the cafe, the only thing I was focused on was when I went in there, because, you know, it's a space that we're going to use, right? I'm like, okay, this doesn't belong here. This doesn't belong here. We need to set this up over here. You can't have a bunch of people sitting at the table, no napkins, nothing on
There's
the
some
tables.
dust.
Yes. So I think it was a collaboration of everybody's input, because I know that Malcolm kept saying, hey, you're the one that's had the experience. Tell me, give me those suggestions. And so that's what I was doing with him along the way, and that elated me too. You know what I mean? You're not just going in there dredging, okay, say your line and now you're all done and go. He actually makes you feel like you're a part
Absolutely.
of the collaboration as well. And that was just really incredible. And it just puts you on cloud nine. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? To be part of something that he's just so good at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah,
and
Sarah,
mine.
I have to assume you were definitely, Jake had you over his shoulder. Check out this edit.
First like paragraph. I'm a paragraph in. You want to read it? And I was like, no. Mm-mm. Get some more and we'll talk.
Right.
So he would, like the next day, I'm 50 pages in, and I'm like, you just had a paragraph. Well, now you're 50 pages in? Okay, let's go. And I was like, read it to me. I don't want to read it. Read it to me. Because as he's reading it, he's like playing the part. I'm going to tell you something. Oh, no, don't tell me that. So it was entertaining to me, and I was hearing it, not reading it.
You could visualize it
Right.
as he's reading it to
Whereas
you.
if I was to
Right.
read it, it would have played out probably different. When he first started, I was like, okay, that's good. I don't.
Downplaying.
Okay.
Okay,
that's good.
Jake, I've seen this before.
Right. And then he did all that, and everything was coming together. We were, on this date at this time, we're going to this place to film. Because at the time of filming, it was either 50 below zero, not really, but that's my term of too cold to be out, or hot as Hades. And here in Florida, hot as Hades, you're sweating the second you step out the car. But we had a real good time doing it. I don't know.
I will interrupt when we did the podcast scene and Sarah's listening on the other side. So the studio we use, as you know, there's two different rooms. There's two separate rooms separated by a door, wall. And the first take we do, you hear Sarah come barging in. You need to be louder. You're not loud enough. Why are you whispering? I can't hear you. He's like, you're on the other side of the wall.
No, I kept telling him that the whole time. He'd be like, watch this. And I'd be like, why are you whispering? Turn the volume up. I'm like, everybody else is screaming and you're like, not.
So you notice, the rest of the shoots, Sarah wasn't allowed on set.
He evicted me. Unless I was there,
He evicted you.
it was secret.
You were served.
Because I'm like, I feel like, yes, I was in the background only because I was more like the ping pong table. He was pinging ideas, his ideas off of me. And then he'd be like, well, what do you think about this? And I'd say, oh, well, I feel like this. Oh, well, that's dumb. Well, then why even ask me?
That's Jake.
Yeah.
That's Jake.
Why even ask me?
That's Jake.
But so it all came together, and in piece, I'm totally blown away by.
Yeah.
Like everybody came together. Now I was handed the script, and when we were handed the script, it was funny. It was like, but you don't exactly have to follow that. You can add your own things, and it's like, what's the script for then?
Yeah.
It was just really just a guide spot.
Yeah,
And
and I remember that too. Malcolm saying to me, "Hey, just go ahead and go with this flow. There was no specific lines. If you need to add a little something more to it at the time, because if you're playing that part, right? So Malcolm's never been a server. He doesn't know that. You know what I mean? And your part, he doesn't know any of that. So it can't just be this is what you say
Right.
as a server. It doesn't work that way, because when you're in that environment, all of a sudden something's going to pop in your head and you're like, oh, I would normally talk like this to the patrons, you know? So,
And it depends on their
yeah.
attitude to you is how you're going to approach them.
Absolutely. So, you know, we're not all stage actors.
No.
We've not been trained, you know, how to move across the stage, how to project, how to do those things. Right. So I think for me, like, this movie means so much more, because it is an indie film. It is a community. It is family and friends.
It was a collaborative effort.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it just, you know, you can go across the world and see the world, right? But when you have it in your own community, it just, oh, look, see, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
It just brings everybody together to go, oh my God, I was part of that.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
And so that's, I think, yeah. And you know that expression, Sarah, you were with Jake and he kept putting things off to you, right? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? Just think. The head cannot turn without the neck.
I know.
Okay? And this really wouldn't have come together.
Yeah.
Really, you put a lot of input into it, and I like to recognize that part.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure.
Sarah, let's talk about your part. You were Warden Wayne's right-hand gal in the office, dispatcher, investigator, and the way that I viewed that character, you loved Warden Wayne. You looked up to Warden Wayne. Your character, not a single doubt about it, has all faith in Warden Wayne. Your character knows without a shadow of doubt whatever goes on his desk, he's going to take care of. He's going to get to the bottom of it. He's going to crack the case. He's going to solve the case, whatever it may be. You have complete faith in Warden Wayne. So I want to talk about your character. Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
What you're given the script, you've got Jake in your back pocket. How did you come up with the way you portrayed that character? Did you was it involving you getting out of your comfort zone? And, what was it, did you have somebody in your head that you wanted to emulate? How did you come up with who was on the camera for that movie?
No, I didn't really visualize anybody. It was always just Damon. Honestly,
Love Damon. He can do that, can he?
Love him. Love him.
I
Yep.
loved working with him.
Yep.
He's great.
Just so professional.
Yep.
He's a perfectionist, and
Yes.
it kind of brings the best out in you too.
Right.
Because he's like, I don't know, we're gonna do that again. And so you jump to do it, and you're like, wait a minute. Oh, so
He was
I
so
need to
the
do
part.
something better.
It was
Yeah.
like he was made to be the warden.
When he was acting goofy,
And the bloopers.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, and he's picking his nose. I was like, is he supposed to be like 19 there? Because he's doing a great job. Perfect. It was real easy though. Like I said, I read the script. When we're acting together, you see it come together. So you know where you need to make the adjustments. Sometimes I was a little nervous. One of the bloopers, I was like, "Good morning, Claire." Well, I'm Claire. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's redo. So, but honestly, I would have loved to have had more time with him. I know there was supposed to be more scenes with him that would have showed how close of a connection that him and I did have.
Yeah.
But I did get that.
Yeah.
I did get that in the scene.
And that's good.
When we went
Especially-
and watched the movie,
Yes.
I did feel that.
Yep.
I did feel like you two had been working together for
years.
a very
Yeah.
long time.
Absolutely.
And nothing needed to be said. You know what I mean? So you felt it in the body language, how you were interacting with each other. So I got that impression, and I wasn't even part of any of those scenes.
Right.
I had never seen any of those scenes
Good.
before.
Good.
So that was my first time on the screen, and I felt that.
Good.
So
I know some of it came from the writing too. Like, when I was like, there's more to the book than pictures, right? Like, fresh people working together are not going to talk to people like that, So you can definitely tell that they had a closeness. So that was a good job on Jake's part. in relaying with the verbiage how the feelings were supposed to be.
Well, in this movie, this is a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Right.
Yep.
So if you didn't get that feeling that you were
Immediately?
close with these people, you'd be like, okay, wait a minute. You have to have that feeling. This is a small town. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody's business. You know what I mean? So you're thinking outside of work. You work with these people every
Right.
day. And then you're going to their family gatherings, birthdays, so you know them personally. So that's what I mean by I got that closeness that you two knew each other very well.
I actually got that from the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you could tell it was
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
super close.
Yeah.
And that's how
for
we
sure.
are anyways. So
For sure. Well,
it
we're
was
all
kinda
related
natural.
some way or another.
Absolutely.
I think we just have to take that and just for what it is, right? Like everything came together as it should, and it's from a great writer, a great director, great editor, great actor. With Damon's professionalism, he was doing all that on purpose. He knew he had to get us out of our comfort zones.
Yeah.
He knew he had to get us to have fun and really become this character that he's trying to work with, and he drew that out of each
Yeah.
of us.
Right.
And let's not forget, we also did that, right? Like,
Right.
kudos to you. Kudos to you.
Right.
You guys, you
Thank
did
you.
it. You did
Thank
it.
you.
You did.
Thank
You really
you.
did it. And
Yeah.
it really is something to be proud of. We have our next event coming up in Morgan County, Ohio, at the Twin City Opera House. Have either of you Googled that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
My
Pretty
husband's
neat out
from
there.
Ohio.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's like,
I'm so glad you brought that up. He messaged me,
Mm-hmm.
and he's northwestern Ohio.
yes.
Okay. Do you think any of his family's going to make the trip?
Honestly, they've been very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
I know that several of them have purchased. I know they watched it.
Mm-hmm.
They've had watch parties. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did
Mm-hmm.
make that trip.
Yeah. We got
cool.
Travis has got is it his brother? Yeah, Travis's brother's from northeastern or south. He's definitely not where I think it's a 3-hour haul for him to come see the movie.
So there's a whole weird story between him and Travis.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up like in the same town
Oh, okay.
and then came here and found each other and then went back
Wow.
up there and found each other. So
Wow.
it's
That's pretty
weird.
That's pretty
weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Travis's dad, I believe, was their like softball or football coach.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Small world.
small
Right,
world,
right.
like
Yeah.
super
Right.
small. Oh, baseball.
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 Wrong sport, Sarah.
Wrong.
What
Exactly.
what
See, I listen.
better than the last guest I had on here. Ta-dum.
And you were amazing.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't expect to have so much of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, he did so great.
Thank you.
Like, I love the narration and you just sitting there and you could hear the kids. And I mean, it was homely. It felt like home.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because we are from home, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Right.
And Lobo. Everybody loves Lobo.
Lobo. You know,
It is about us, but
listen,
still.
we're talking about the scenes in the movie, right? So when you came out, I told you I had worked for a disability firm, right? So I've met them all. Okay. And I was like, wow, he looks like that one guy I used to try to help all the time that used to come in and be hungry and need food. And I'd be like, do you need disability? Maybe it'll help you get off the street. But no, they don't change their ways. And here comes Lobo.
He was perfect.
I need to give him a card.
Right.
What a fun movie.
It was. It was really fun. You know, before you were asking me about Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm from Massachusetts. We don't talk about Bigfoot. Okay, I'm
I lived
from
in
north of
Springfield.
Boston. Well, you're on the western side.
But only
I was
for
on
like
the
2
east.
weeks.
That doesn't count. It doesn't make you.
Well, it did to
I'm
me.
not. There's a expression people call, and I'm gonna say it on here. It's not really a swear, but we're all massholes. Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, you weren't.
no,
you
no.
didn't make that qualification. You were only there for 2 weeks.
My southern stuck.
Yeah.
They
Well,
didn't-
I'm a little bit of a mutt because I was born and raised in Massachusetts, and then I moved to North Carolina, where my stepfather was born, and he lived out in the foothills of North Kakalaki. So I got a little sense of the woods out there. But in Massachusetts, we don't talk about Bigfoot.
No.
And I didn't believe in Bigfoot. Didn't. Nope. Come on.
What
Big hairy
happened?
man out in the woods. Come on. They're
I see
out
them
right
all
here
the
in the
time.
city.
Welcome to Ocala.
Right here. Being married to Charlie and then his sons, Chaz and Preston and Seth, you know what I mean? And his mother, Granny,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So they're the ones, and Pappy, I'm not going to forget about Pappy.
No.
They're the ones who incorporated to me alligator hunting,
Yeah.
fishing, being out in the swamps.
Bow
First time I'd
fishing.
ever, all of it, right? First time we went down to the Everglades, I was like, oh my God, Loop Road, it takes 8 hours to go down this road.
Yeah.
Nope, not for me. But then we went again, our last trip, and it was me, Chaz, and Charlie, right? And everybody else was behind us. And, everybody's talking about Bigfoot and here, Malcolm and everything. We're going down Loop Road, and it's just me, Charlie, and Chaz. And you hear all the birds, you hear the frogs, you're looking at the gators, you're looking at everything. And we're standing out there. And I had heard this before, that when you hear that tap on the tree, right? So we're all standing there, and we're like, did you just hear that? And they're like, yep. And then all of a sudden the frogs quieted it down a little bit. And you weren't really hearing the birds. And then the second tap, I mean, it was like as if somebody just took a hammer and knocked on a tree. That's what it sounded like, was a knock. So now here's the second knock. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. How far is the truck? Can I run? And then all of a sudden, the third knock came. Not a sound. We're in the Everglades. We're in the swamps, right? You're out there. There's nothing around. For those 3 knocks out there, I was taken back and not hearing. You're not hearing the frogs. You're not hearing any animals, no insects, no birds. Everything is quiet.
That's a problem.
I'm just like, okay, something is out there, and it's letting us know that we need to go right now because we're in his, hers, whoever territory. So they're like, that's Bigfoot. That's Bigfoot. Chad's like, he's out there. Charlie's like, oh, and they're missing it. Talking about Granny, Seth, Ashley, right? And I'm like, am I safe? Well, if I'm going to die, I might as well go seek out what the heck this is out there. So I start walking by myself.
Oh.
And yeah,
Oh.
might as well. If you're going to go,
I'm from
you're going to go.
Massachusetts, dad darn it, I'm going to go.
I'm not afraid. So I did. I started walking down the road by myself, and I was like, whoa, something just went through there. And I was like, is it your mind playing tricks on you? Nope. There goes the trees. They're going down. They're going down. And I'm looking, and I'm following, and I'm walking, and I'm following this. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell him, come on over here. And it really, it changed my mind. It changed my mind. I didn't see, but
Could
you
it?
just, right. You have that question mark now. Could it really be? Is there really something else out there?
Yes. It's too big of a world. It's too. Thank you.
Ah,
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you.
But that is really what, and then here comes along the movie, and hey, this is what you got to do. And I'm like, I am all for it now. All for it.
Renee, the Bigfoot hunter.
I'm out there helping you out.
I was going to close this out and ask them to, kind of tell Morgan County what they have to look forward through to the movie, and I think that this whole episode has just done that.
You're just going to go in there, and you're not
gonna expect what you're getting.
Mm-hmm. There's so many scenes, and you say for one scene out there, why does this guy always get killed in the movies? And you're kind of hoping it doesn't happen this time in the movie. I'm sitting there, no, they're gonna let him go. Nope. Psych. So you really do go in not knowing what to expect. It's such a good time. The jokes, the laughter. I mean, even Charlie's part, he's so like, you didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. I'm like, that's the point.
We heard you.
You mumbled that whole thing, but we understood everything you said.
We speak Charlie.
That's the thing I would
It's
say
true.
is people, when you go in, you really have to pay attention. There's a lot of jokes in there.
Yeah.
A lot of digs.
Yeah.
You're not expecting it. So if you go in and you're just like, whatever, it's a movie, then you're missing half of the movie. So you really have to pay attention.
You know what's so fun about it is because these people are like this in
all
real
the time.
life.
All the time.
It's like the cameras are rolling and there are real people out there doing this, and you just look at them and you go, oh, that's a big red flag.
If we had cameras rolling on us all the time, we'd have Emmys every
All the
year.
time.
Every year.
Every year, right? This has been so fun.
It has
this
been
has really
yeah.
been fun. Yeah.
Thank
absolutely.
you, ladies,
You
for
are
coming
most
on the
welcome.
show. I really, really,
Yeah.
I've had so much fun this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad.
Thank you for
It
coming
starts
and
the day
talking.
off right?
Yes, absolutely.
Women power.
That's
That's
it.
right.
Woo, woo.
Yeah. Woo woo. June 19th, Morgan
Hey.
County, Twin City Opera House. Tickets at bighammock.com. One word. See y'all soon.
Peace out.
So much fun, y'all.